Hey, are you Jenna?
Yeah, are you Jenna?
Yes. Walk around the Walker Art Center today?
Heck yes. I am a chiropractor. I just opened up my own chiropractic clinic in St. Paul off of St. Clair and Cleveland, so just a little bit south of St. Thomas. I am a Gonstead chiropractor, so within the chiropractic world there are a bunch of different techniques, but Gonstead technique really jives with me because Dr. Gonstead was actually an engineer before he was a chiropractor. So we like to do full spine x-rays, we get down and dirty and do a lot of measurements and calculations, and we're just a very thorough system. My father does as well. He's a chiropractor up north from where I'm from in Aiken, Minnesota. And so I grew up with it from 7 months on. I was adopted and was adopted by the Kuiken family. And so I have been around chiropractic pretty much all my life. And I continue to see just how beneficial it is for people. And I really like seeing it used as sometimes like the first means before someone might need surgery or, medicine. And I have nothing against that, but I think there's a time and a place for everything. So a lot of people think chiropractors are just here to treat back pain, headaches, neck pain. But I see a lot of cases of kids that are like 9 to 10 years old that are still wetting the bed. Oftentimes parents think it's because they're drinking too much fluid before bedtime or they're being naughty. And it's actually a pelvic issue. So I see a lot of interesting cases like that, as well as one of my very first patients was having some really crazy vertigo and dizzy spells, and so we helped her with that. So it's not always just strictly neck pain, back pain situations. Yes. So a lot of people are a little nervous at first if they're not used to chiropractic in babies. They assume that it's the same amount of thrust that we use on adults, and that's not the case. I often like to compare what we do with babies, especially with their necks. We use about the same amount of force as if you'd close your eyes and touch your lid. It's very, very gentle and very beneficial because childbirth is very taxing on both the mom and the baby.
Yeah.
And oftentimes babies' necks will go out and they will experience colic. You know for a fact my dad adjusted both my brothers in the hospital right after they were born. My parents had my 2 older brothers, they're biological to them, and then they decided they wanted to adopt a baby girl. And they had the choice between me and another little girl from Korea, so they were very fully aware that I was born without my left hand. It was a congenital birth defect, and they didn't even blink an eye. And so I was very much told from as early as I can remember, you're not handicapped, you're not disabled, you're gonna do everything bigger and better than your 2 older brothers that have both their hands. So I definitely have some videos and some content on my personal Instagram at Jenna Kuiken, as well as at the Spinery Clinic on Instagram. And I do not wear my prosthetic arm. I contact everything with my left stump, and it's actually very precise because of how the bones have formed from when I was born and I had surgery then. And so a lot of people see my videos and they freak out because they're like, that doesn't look precise, that doesn't look specific, when actually it is. And it's really nice because I have one less joint to line up and less damage on my body to adjust with. I did go through some bullying, but also at the same time too, I had a lot of amazing teachers, youth pastors, and other just adults in the community that definitely helped me become comfortable in my own skin. I took piano lessons, I was on the dance team. I can pretty much do everything except the monkey bars, which I think at this point in my life I'm doing pretty well at 31.
Yeah, totally.
So I came down to chiropractic school in the fall of 2012 to Northwestern Health Sciences University in Bloomington. And I obtained my doctorate degree, I got my bachelor degree, and then after 8 years of being down here, I decided I wanted to go back up north to Aiken and work at my father's chiropractic clinic for a couple of years because at that point, I just was not interested in taking over the family business. Well, those 2 years turned into 4 because of COVID. And at the same time, we found out my mom had been diagnosed with cancer, which she did beat.
Oh, great.
But it was just kind of a sign from the universe to stay at home, take care of what was happening. But during that time, when I came back after being gone for 8 years, a lot had changed. I had realized that a lot of people were not as progressive and as accepting of me as I thought. So I did experience a lot of racial issues, sexual harassment. And then at that point, I thought to myself, I never really experienced that in the cities. The city is very diverse, and it was one of the big reasons I wanted to come back. I moved back beginning of May and then opened up my clinic May 18th.
Oh, wow. So really recent.
Really recent, I know.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. How do we find you online?
Online, so I have a website, www.thespineryclinic.com, or I'm on Instagram as well. Like I said, I have a personal page at Jenna Kuiken, or the Spinery's Instagram is at the Spinery Clinic.
Thanks for joining us for this week's Trails and Tales. We have new episodes coming out every single week, and make sure to join us on July 27th for our upcoming Profitable Email Strategies Workshop. If you're a small business owner and you want to learn more about email marketing, make sure to grab your ticket in our link in bio. It's happening in the evening, or join the Connections Hub membership where you get free access to all events for the next year. See you there.